Most people get this completely wrong. They assume starting a company in Italy is slow, complicated, and full of endless paperwork. But here's the truth no one tells you. Italy is actually very structured, and once you understand the system, the process becomes predictable and manageable. The biggest mistake you need to avoid is trying to figure it out as you go. In Italy, every step has a legal order. If you miss one step or do it in the wrong sequence, you can face delays, rejections, or even legal complications. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the complete step-by-step process of starting a company in Italy in 2026. You will understand the legal structures, registration process, tax system, costs, and real-world setup steps in a simple and practical way. By the end, you will know exactly how to start your business in Italy without confusion or guesswork. Let's get started. First, you need to understand the main business structures in Italy. The most common ones are sole proprietorship, called Dia Individual, and limited liability companies, called SRLA, which stands for Società a Responsabilità Limitata d'A. Now here's where it gets interesting. Most serious entrepreneurs choose the SRL structure. Why? Because it protects your personal assets. That means, if your company has debts or losses, your personal property is generally protected. But here's the problem. Beginners often choose a sole proprietorship because it looks simpler. And yes, it is simpler at the start. But it does not provide strong liability protection. So if you are building a long-term business, SRL is usually the smarter choice. Now, step 1. Choosing your company name. In Italy, your company name must be unique and compliant with business naming rules. It must not mislead customers or duplicate existing registered names. Now here's where most people fail. They pick a name they like without checking availability in official business registers. And that leads to rejection or delays. So always verify your company name before moving forward. Now, step 2. Defining your business activity. This is a very important legal requirement. You must clearly define what your company will do. This classification affects your tax registration and licensing requirements. Now here's where it gets interesting. In Italy, your business activity is registered under official economic codes. So choosing the correct description is essential. Now step 3. Drafting the company bylaws. These are called Statuto and Atto Costitutivo. They define how your company operates. They include ownership structure, management rules, and legal responsibilities. Now, here's the problem. Many people use generic templates without understanding legal implications. And that can create issues later, during audits or disputes. So it is important to have properly prepared documents. Now, step 4. Going to a notary. In Italy, a notary plays a critical role in company formation. You cannot legally create an SRL without a notary. The notary verifies your documents and officially registers the company. Now here's where it gets interesting. This step is mandatory and cannot be skipped. Now, step 5. Depositing share capital. For an SRL, you need minimum capital requirements. Traditionally it was 10,000 euros, but simplified forms exist with lower requirements in some cases. Now here's the key point. You must deposit this capital into a bank account before or during registration. Now here's the challenge. Opening a business bank account in Italy can take time, especially for non-residents. Banks require identity verification and documentation. So this step needs planning. Now step 6. Registering with the business register. This is called Registro delle Imprese. Once the notary completes the process, your company is officially registered. You receive a unique registration number. Now here's the important point. This number is your official business identity in Italy. Now, step 7. Obtaining your tax number. You must register with the Italian tax authority, called Agenzia delle Entrate. You will receive a tax identification number and possibly a VAT number. Now here's where it gets important. Without a tax number, you cannot legally issue invoices. Now, step 8. Registering for VAT. VAT registration is required depending on your business type and revenue. Now here's where beginners get confused. VAT rules in Italy are strict and must be followed carefully. So always understand your obligations. Now step 9. Social Security registration. If you are actively running a business, you may need to register with Italy's Social Security system. This ensures compliance with national regulations. Now, step 10. Setting up accounting systems. Italy has structured accounting requirements. You must maintain accurate financial records. You may also need a certified accountant, known as a commercialista. Now here's the problem. Many new founders underestimate accounting complexity, and that leads to penalties or compliance issues. So always set this up early. Now let's talk about costs. Starting a company in Italy includes notary fees, registration costs, accounting services, and possible capital requirements. Costs vary depending on structure and complexity. Now here's the insight. Italy is not the cheapest country to start a business in, but it offers strong legal protection and access to the European market. Now let's talk about a real example. Imagine Alex, an entrepreneur from India. He wants to start an e-commerce business in Italy. He chooses SRL structure, prepares documents, works with a notary, opens a bank account, deposits capital, and completes registration. Within a few weeks, his company is legally active. Now compare that with Jake. Jake skipped legal advice, used the wrong structure, and delayed bank setup. His process took much longer and became more stressful. So preparation is key. Now here's where it gets interesting again. Can foreigners start a company in Italy? Yes, absolutely. There is no citizenship restriction for owning a company. But residency and visa rules may apply if you plan to live and work there. So always check immigration requirements separately. Now let's talk about common mistakes. Choosing the wrong structure, ignoring notary requirements, delaying bank account setup, not understanding tax obligations. These are the most common issues. Now let's talk about strategy. Start with clarity. Choose SRL if you want protection and scalability. Prepare documents properly. Work with professionals when needed. And follow the legal sequence carefully. Now here's the key insight. Italy rewards structure and compliance. If you follow the process correctly, everything becomes predictable. Now let's talk about benefits. Access to European markets. Strong brand credibility. Legal protection for owners. And opportunities in tourism, fashion, manufacturing, and services. Now, here's where it gets interesting. An Italian company can give you strong positioning in the European Union. Now let's bring everything together. Starting a company in Italy involves choosing a structure, defining your activity, drafting legal documents, working with a notary, depositing capital, registering with the business register, obtaining tax numbers, and managing compliance. It sounds detailed, but every step follows a clear order. Now, here's the final insight. Most people struggle not because Italy is complicated, but because they rush or skip steps. If you follow the system step by step, it works smoothly. So take your time, stay organized, and respect the legal process. If you found this helpful, make sure to like this video, subscribe for more country-specific business guides, and comment below if you want help choosing between SRL and sole proprietorship. Because the structure you choose today can shape your entire business future. And now you know exactly how to start the right way in Italy.